What's that?
Do you think we can go to jail?
No, then I don't think.
I really cannot go to jail.
Okay.
Did y'all hear what she said?
I didn't get shot.
So what happened with the fight? You were just one ball stick in the plan.
Exposed the story that Megan Thee Stallion told of.
Damn.
I try to protect Tory Lanez initially, but the only reason I'm saying he shot me now is because he spoke out first. They provided a timeline to show that was an absolute lie. She says, I was never arrested. The police officers drove me to the hospital where I underwent surgery to remove the bullets. Bullets? Because if you look at the pictures they took at the police station of Kelsey's legs had nothing but cuts and scratches on it.
Yep, just another day in 2025. We got more new evidence that Tory Lanez did not pop Megan the horse. And she been lying and framing this man the whole time. Now, I got my thonky right here. You know it's rolled up in the one and only grabber leaf. This what I love for me. Go to the shop, get you, you know what I'm saying? Get you some papers. Come back to the video. Let's get it on. Let's get it on. Get it on the floor. Get
Tory Lanez team just revealed bombshell information that will exonerate Tory Lanez and destroy and ruin Megan Thee Stallion's career and her credibility. And they laid everything out on the new website. Congresswoman Anna Paulina is the mastermind behind this new website to exonerate Tory Lanez. Right. And it all stemmed from a tweet that she posted a week ago where she says in 36 hours, we will be releasing new bombshell information that would exonerate Tory Lanez. Okay, I remember that tweet. It wasn't released within 36 hours, but instead they started a website coined after the term 36 hours later and released all the information on that website. Dang. A lot of people have questioned her motives, why a congresswoman, a Republican at that, wants to get involved in a Tory Lanez, Megan Thee Stallion hip-hop drama. Right. But she just came out to say she's involved because she truly believes that Tory Lanez was railroaded by a corrupt Democratic system. Tory's team did a great job.
Look at Megan the male horse. I mean, come on, man. Would you trust somebody that looked like that? I wouldn't.
Telling the full story and not just bombarding us with new information right away. One of the initial pieces in the first step, they pointed out information that contradicted the storyline that Tory Lanez told Megan Thee Stallion's dance bit and then fired 6 shots at her. They released footage of Megan Thee Stallion admitting that she stepped on glass, but not just that. In this interaction with the police, Megan Thee Stallion was very concerned about her going to jail and her being in trouble. And to me, that's very strange. That's weird. Gunshot victim being really concerned about the police discovering something that could send her to jail doesn't make sense to me. And this isn't Megan Thee Stallion's first run-in with the law. Megan Thee Stallion has a long rap sheet, bro. Megan Thee Stallion has multiple mugshots out there.
Really? See, now it's starting to make more and more sense. Every time, the more Flacco keep talking, the more I keep smacking this stoink rolled up in my grabber paper. The more I realize this horse ain't shit.
Megan Thee Stallion understands the law. If you did nothing wrong and you are the gunshot victim, why would you be going to jail for getting shot?
Ma'am, do you think we're gonna go to jail? What's that?
Do you think we can go to jail?
I don't know. We're trying to figure it all out. As long as you guys cooperate with us and you guys tell us what happened, we'll go accordingly, okay? But if you guys are not telling us, if you guys are, then I don't think...
I really cannot go to jail.
Okay.
Did y'all hear what she said? Listen to her again, bro.
If you guys are, then I don't think...
I really cannot go to jail.
I really cannot go to jail. That's all I needed right there, folks. That's all I fucking needed, gang. I told y'all, a girl will send down an entire empire to save her own ass.
Okay.
I told y'all. I
cannot have that on my image.
Okay.
I cannot have that on my image. Like, bitch.
What happened to you?
Glass.
Glass?
Glass.
Where?
You heard that?
Where we were coming from. I'm not from here, so
Okay. I didn't get shot.
How is this nigga locked up? I want to put y'all on to some of the easiest money you'll ever make in your life. Freecast.com is a website that allows you to literally get paid hundreds of dollars just for playing video games on your phone. All you need is an email and a password. Follow the directions on each of the campaigns and you can earn at least $100. My personal favorite game to play was Sunrise Island, and when I clicked on it, they had a $370 bonus. I got $370 just for playing a video game on my phone. On average, it only takes about 17 minutes for most people to start earning money on freecash.com. So if you need some free, easy, extra money, go to freecash.com, click the QR code right here, or go in the description below and start getting that bag. You did? I didn't get
She
shot.
was also
But it does sound like I could get out of this if I say, like, why the fuck would you be going to jail? Why would you be going to jail? Why would you be going to jail if you were just an innocent damsel in distress gunshot victim? Why would you ever go to... The more I hit this stoic, man, I'm telling you.
also very concerned about her image and how this story will make her look. The storyline of getting super drunk at Kylie Jenner's house, trying to fight Kylie Jenner,
Right.
fighting your best friend, fighting a man that night, being exposed for sleeping with the man that your best friend is doing a sneaky link with.
Right.
That looks bad for you. That looks horrible. And then stepping on a glass because you're super intoxicated and you're just drunk looks horrible.
Right.
But the storyline of this really angry man
Yep.
shot at you
Yep.
because you stood up for yourself. Now
Yep.
that storyline
Ladies and
looks
gentlemen,
wonderful for your career.
we
So
got
you
him.
could understand how that got concocted.
And what I said, I'm gonna
as-
stop pausing it. What I say like 2-3 videos ago. It's for somehow, some way, because you know this is what happened with girls. When it's a dude, don't nobody give a damn. A dude could get drugged through the mud, slapped, robbed, hung. It don't matter. Don't nobody care. But when a girl is a victim of something, especially when it was done to her supposedly by a man, why people feel sympathy and you get benefits from that. Her career went crazy. She was falling off, which is probably why she was concerned about the image. At this time, bro, Megan Thee Stallion was not it was not Hot Girl Summer no more. It was starting to be like, ain't nobody listening to your horsey ass no more. You feel me? Do your homework on the horse.
As soon as she picked up that phone and called Rock Nation about the quote-unquote incident afterwards. I can almost tell you how that conversation went, bruh. Don't say nothing.
Yep.
Let's intervene.
Yep.
Let's try to get this all cleaned up.
Yep.
Because looking like a horrible drunk who was sleeping with your best friend's man
Horrible
looks
horse.
crazy.
A drunk
Now,
horse.
the police didn't just take her word for it. The police did their investigation at the scene.
Right.
And at the scene, they discovered enough evidence to show that Megan Thee Stallion stepped on glass, which is why when the police charged Tory Lanez initially, they only charged Tory Lanez for gun possession because they found a gun
in the car.
I think on the passenger side of the vehicle.
Shooting or anything? That's how we got dispatched.
Well, we have the gun here, and then we have other units. They're searching the house where it happened. So that's all.
The dude said, the male officer said that we got dispatched for a shooting.
Have so
Alright,
far.
so nothing happened in the vehicle.
No, we don't have any casings. No.
Okay, from what you've been told. Okay.
And then there's some cash over, looks like.
Was the person who got caught with the other people here that you have in handcuffs? Were they all together?
They were all together.
Yes, they were all in the same car.
Okay. And then, do we know how she got cut? Or who cut her?
I believe when she stepped down, there's a glass.
She dropped
right
a glass bottle, and then I think she stepped on it and cut herself.
She dropped a glass bottle. She stepped on it and cut herself. All the officers seen it. She admitted to it, and it's on video. So if you on video stepping in some glass, how the fuck do I go to jail for shooting you in the foot when it's on video? This is fucking crazy, gang.
And getting out of the vehicle.
Okay. So her friends didn't cut her then.
Right.
Oh, well,
There go the glass bottle. This is toasted, bro. She should go to jail, man, for lying. Just simply for lying, bro. She should go do them 10 years that he was finna have to do. Go do them 10 years that he was finna have to do, bro. This bogus as hell, bro. Come on, man.
Alright, move back to the sound of my voice. Keep your hands up. Move back to the sound of my voice. Move back. Keep going. Keep going.
And you can see her limping, her horsey ass. She limping. Big ass horse come limping down the street.
Hey, stop. Move to the left. moving.
It's right down the road.
It look like a little bit of blood.
Move back to the sound of my voice.
Move back.
Back.
Oh, she cut herself.
The corruption here is crazy. The police officer literally watched her with her own eyes.
Yep.
Seen her in 4K with her own eyes.
Step on the glass.
Stepping on the bottle and then began to limp.
And I'm just saying, at the very least, if I was that officer, at the very least, I would have got on my Instagram, my Twitter, and I would have said, that ain't what happened. They didn't call me to the stand in the court, but I watched it happen. Because what a coincidence would it be for somebody to get shot in the bottom of their foot? There's no bullet there. No exit wound, no entry wound, no bullet. Bullet fragments. That's what they said. You get popped in the back of your foot, and then you coincidentally step on glass with the same foot. Because it ain't like both her feet was bleeding. You step on glass with the same foot? Okay.
She
Yeah.
stepped
Okay.
on the bottle in front of the police officers. You just heard her say, oh man, she just stepped on the bottle and she cut her. So if they watched her step on the
I don't
bottle,
understand.
cut herself open, probably had some fragments go in the open wound because she's walking on literal glass at the time.
Right.
How does this equate to
Getting shot?
Tory Lanez popped at her? Now,
Yeah.
I do believe a gun was shot that night.
Yeah,
Don't get me wrong.
I do too.
A gun was indeed shot that night.
I do too.
But
I
I
don't think
don't
it was
think
Tory.
that gun is what penetrated Megan Thee Stallion's skin.
And I don't think Tory the one who popped that gun.
Ma'am, you think we're gonna go to jail?
I think she the one who
You
did
think
it.
we're gonna go to jail?
Cause why you worried
What
about jail
woman
so
you
much?
know who just got shot is talking that calmly?
So
Is
you just got done fighting Kylie Jenner. You got into it with Tory, and you got into it with your best friend. It sounds like you been mad. You kept getting madder. You kept getting drunker. You grabbed that gun and did something stupid. And now you over there scared.
that composed? Is
That's
that
what it
stoic?
sounds like to me.
You
Yeah.
a gunshot victim? Is that composed? That stoic? It's kind of like somebody just sitting on the curb, man, like just waiting for the police to go away.
Yeah.
Is that? Come on, bro. Bro, anybody with a brain can look at this
Anybody would have
and say, "Bro, what are we doing here, bro? How do we go from this to somebody being in jail right now for 10 plus years? This is crazy." And they even showed the hospital
10 years,
footage where
bro.
Megan Thee Stallion is telling the doctors,
Oh, Jesus, it's getting
"Yeah, I
worse."
stepped on glass. It's whatever."
And so what happened with your friend? You were just one ball stick on the foot. I don't really cut on my right foot. I just stepped on glass the other day. So you were already hurt when you got into it. And then at that point, you
So she said she was already hurt, then she stepped on glass.
were running down to the hospital.
Pay attention to her saying, "I stepped on glass the other day too."
Right.
So she
So she probably
already
was
had an
drunk
open
then, too.
wound. And that would make sense when we get to the gun and the bullet fragments and other things involved in this case. But I stepped on glass the other day too.
Right.
So hence when she stepped on glass tonight, it just re-aggravated the open wounds she already had.
Right.
They provided the full timeline to expose the story that Megan Thee Stallion told of,
Damn.
I tried to protect Tory Lanez initially, but the only reason I'm saying he shot me now is because he spoke out first. They provided a timeline to show that was an absolute lie.
Right.
She did not say she stepped on glass initially to protect Tory Lanez, and she didn't change her minds because Tory Lanez spoke out first. That's a lie.
Because
So
Tory Lanez spoke out 3 months later. 2 months later. To my fans, I'm sorry for my silence, but respectfully, I got time today, 9 p.m. Then he responded to Megan on live on October. So it don't even have Tory or Daystar. It don't even have Tory named Daystar, his real name. So they don't even have him even talking about this at all. Megan claims she spoke out in response to Tory, but the timeline shows she went public first. Megan posts about being shot. Megan names Daystar to police. Megan goes live on his birthday. Megan publicly names Daystar as the shooter. A month, almost 2 months later, he says he goes live at 9 p.m. Pacific time on 24th of September, and then he goes live for real on another time in October. So how are you lying to protect him if you named him the shooter 1 day after you posted being shot? He never said anything publicly. So how did you respond?
The timeline here
that's
goes.
false.
Megan posts about being shot on July 15, 2020.
Come on, bro.
Megan names Tory Lanez to the police the following day on July 16th of 2020. Tory Lanez haven't gone public yet. July 27th,
So
Megan Thee Stallion goes live on Tory Lanez's birthday. Specifically, this was her first live.
Right.
It goes on August 20th. Megan Thee Stallion publicly names Tory Lanez as the shooter.
Lock her ass up, man.
But she already named Tory Lanez as a shooter to the police already, okay? And she goes live on his birthday to taunt him. Continues.
Watch nothing happen to her. Watch how nothing happens to her. She ruined his life, damn near got him killed, had him in prison for 10 years. And she woke up every day. This didn't weigh on your conscience, horsey? You woke up every day knowing you lied and you got a man in prison away from his kids, away from his father, away from his mama passed, I think. So not his mom, but away from his family, away from his career, not making any money, away from his life for 2-3 years straight, and he got 7, 8 more to go. While you live your life, you wake up and eat breakfast and go on tour and tweet and take pictures, and that didn't weigh heavy on your conscience. That's just evil. That didn't weigh heavy on your conscience that you did a nigga that bogus. Not that you tricked him out of buying a meal for you and you went home. Bitch, you got this man in jail for 10 years and you went on through your life like it was just cool. And you was cool with that? That's a fucked up person, gang. But watch how nothing happens to her. Everybody finna blow up. This shit probably not even gonna go viral for real. Everybody gonna blow up. Everybody gonna prove it. Everybody gonna do all that. They gonna talk crazy about her in the comments for 2-3 days. And by 2 months from now, she not gonna go to jail. And by 2 months from now, everybody gonna forget about it. They still gonna stream her music. The girls don't care. Girl power. And ain't nothing gonna happen to her, bro. Watch.
Daystar tweets
money.
for the first time. So this is when Tory Lanez first tweet to clear his name. Tory Lanez goes live October 20th. This is the first time Tory Lanez goes live to clear his name. So they like, hold on, bro. If you told the police you got shot, if you got shot like the day afterwards, and you only told them you stepped on glass to protect Tory Lanez, then one, why'd you tell the police you got shot the day after? And then why did you go public naming Tory Lanez when Tory Lanez hadn't spoken or done any press whatsoever? Peep how Megan said in her statement, the narrative that's being reported about Sunday morning's events are inaccurate. She will claim that she was a victim, that she suffered a gunshot wound.
Gunshot wounds. Do you know what gunshot wounds mean? I mean, a bullet hit your skin. That's a gunshot wound. So peep the wording. Peep how she trying to make it sound like somebody tried to unalive her. A gunshot wound is, nigga, like, what we talking about right now?
And that they pulled bullets from out of her legs.
Bullets! That bitch said bullets! I underwent surgery to remove the bullets. What bullets, bitch? The horse never got shot.
She says, I was never arrested. The police officers drove me to the hospital where I underwent surgery to remove the bullets. Bullets? There was no bullets found in Megan Thee Stallion's leg. And the reason why Megan Thee Stallion was worried about being arrested, because if you look at the pictures they took at the police station of Kelsey's legs had nothing but cuts and scratches on it. Megan Thee Stallion did a number on Kelsey.
Yep.
And she bragged about it in her song.
That's why.
You could literally see in the song, the lyrics says, who will snitch? I never went to the police with no names. So this is a song called Shots Fired by Megan Thee Stallion. She raps.
Something to say.
Who a snitch? I ain't never went to the police with no names. I thought a bitch that got her chain snatched
called a loss had something to say.
Hey, you think it's out of the realm of possibility that Kelsey, after getting whooped on by a woman 4 to 5 inches taller than her with about 50 pounds on her?
Man, that horse big as hell, man.
You think it's out of the realm of possibility that she picked up a gun to defend herself? I don't think so. And this storyline, my perspective.
Probably that too, gang. Probably that too, bro. He right. That make the most sense. She was getting fucked up, cut up, scratched, something. She was getting her ass whooped, pawed on. And the girl probably grabbed a blick and fop, fop, fop a few times to be like, bitch, back up, because you doing too much. Tory Lanez was like, oh, wait, no, don't do that. Now, hold on. That's why eyewitnesses said they seen a girl shooting. That's why he don't got no DNA evidence on the gun. That's why he didn't have no gunshot residue on his hands. That's why she didn't even get tested for gunshot residue. Imagine a shooting happened in a car, with 3 people in a car. They come and arrest everybody and only test gunshot residue on Tory? No, they tested gunshot residue on her too. But by then, Rock Nation had already pressed the buttons that they pressed. They already paid who they had to pay. They already got in with who they had to get in with. Yeah, go ahead and delete that. How hard is it to press? Every computer got a delete button. Everyone got a
Tory
delete
Lanez
button.
team.
I didn't restart the damn video. Every computer got a delete button, bro. Let me find where I was at.
No names. I thought a bid that got her from a possibility that Kelsey, after getting the pounds on her, you think is out of the realm of possibility that she picked up a gun to defend herself?
That's exactly
I don't
what happened,
think
bro.
so. And this storyline, my perspective, lines up with
Tory,
what the
bro.
only eyewitness said.
Free Tory,
What
bro.
I think happened, my theory, is Megan Thee Stallion and Kelsey got into a brutal fight.
Yep.
Tory Lanez tried to break it up.
Yep.
Kelsey grabbed a gun and fired shots at Megan Thee Stallion. The shots missed.
Yep.
However, the bullet fragments ricocheted.
Yep.
And they ricocheted and got into her foot due to the open wound she already had from stepping on glass in the prior days.
Yep.
And then when they all got back in the vehicle,
They drove somewhere.
right? And when they all got back into the vehicle, I believe what took place was Megan Thee Stallion
She
then
got scared.
hopped out the vehicle,
Yep.
stepped on glass
Again.
further,
Yep.
re-aggravate the wound, made the wound look so much more crazy. The police said, what the heck is this? That's what happened. That's the only story that makes sense, and the eyewitness account backs that up.
And it's so weird. It's so weird in Hollywood because it's like, that wouldn't have done nothing to your career. You got into a fight over, that would have helped your career. What the fuck? So you got into a fight with Kylie Jenner, that's clout. You got into a fight with Kelsey and Tory Lanez, tried to break it up, that's clout. You beat a girl up and she shot at you, but she didn't connect, that's more clout. Like, how weird you gotta be to make up a whole, you could have just told the fucking truth. We got into an altercation over something stupid. She pulled out a gun and shot at me. Why? I don't know. She was mad. I was beating her up. Why was y'all fighting over? We just was arguing all night. Okay, lock her up. Give her 2-3 years probation, and that's it. Well, no, we wouldn't even be talking about this right now.
It's Sean Kelly, the only eyewitness of this case, telling the police that he seen Kelsey shoot Megan Thee Stallion or fire shots at Megan Thee Stallion. The shots missed.
Right. This is that night.
Wait. No, it isn't. No?
They shot out of the car?
The windows were open, that's why it sounded like either way. Yeah, I didn't
No,
really
they
see
were
it.
on my side.
This is on
Girl
video,
opened
bro.
the door, 2 girls fighting, and then they shot. And
Okay.
she got out of the car.
Look.
There was 2 girls fighting,
2 girls fighting.
and then they shot. And
Okay.
she got out of the car.
Doors of the Escalade open, and the girl come out and pull open the passenger door and started
Pull open the passenger door.
screaming and yelling at somebody in the car.
So the girl who came out of the passenger, you're talking about the front passenger?
No, the rear.
The rear passenger.
So the girl comes
So
out
the girl
rear
comes
passenger.
out of the rear passenger, and she goes to the front passenger,
Yes,
and she opens up the car door,
yes.
and then what happens?
They're screaming and shouting at each other, and they start fighting.
The 2 girls.
So that's
I
when they
can
start
see
fighting.
one, like, feet coming out,
Feet
trying
coming
to kick
out,
her,
yep.
and the other one's fighting.
This
and
is
then-
crazy. The fact, man, this shit pissing me off, bro. I ain't gonna lie. This is making me so mad, bro. This is why, hey, bro, listen, man. Man, I can't even say, because he didn't even really do shit wrong for real. This man was single as heck. So whoever he was having sex with is who he was having sex with. This ain't got nothing to do with him. All he did was try to break the shit up. He didn't even do nothing. It's nothing you could do no more, bro. As like this is the reality of being a grown man and a man, period. Having a penis in the US is one of the most dangerous things in the world to do. This nigga didn't do nothing wrong. This is on video. This is on recording, bro. This shit wasn't even shown in the courtrooms, gang. Like, that's not weird to you? And you got niggas in my comments. You got people in my comments talking about some, he shot her, he was mad, he a weirdo, period. Get y'all weird ass out.
So the girl who does the punching and the kicking is the girl that comes out of the back passenger?
Can we stop there? Because I don't want to. I'll tell you, and then I want to go. My son's on his own.
Yeah, I understand. And it's loud with the cars.
I don't really want to. So basically, the car stopped. The girl in the back got out, started screaming and shouting, ripped the door, pulled the door open, but pulled it so sort of viciously that's why I presume the driver got out. She starts screaming, she starts hitting the girl. The girl then had to start, her feet come out, she started to kick the girl away. The passenger, they get out, they start fighting here. They start fighting. The driver comes round and tries to sort of break it up. It gets a bit more violent. And between them, the girl then climbs back into the front driver passenger seat.
Where's the shorter black guy?
He's in the back.
He's in the back of the car? Okay.
Then
where's the shorter black guy? Tory Lanez out.
The gun. Then the girl shoots it. So the driver's door's open.
You're seeing the girl shoot?
Can I help you? I think, is it this house?
Yes, I'm so sorry.
Okay.
So you see the girl doing the shooting?
I see what appears to be the girl standing here and shooting into the car. That's what it looked like to me. But it was dark, and I'm above, so... But then the guy gets out again.
So this the dude that they said he was like on a balcony or something like that, and he seen it happen.
And you want to know what happened to the witness who identified
what happened
from the back.
And you want to know what happened to the only eyewitness who identified the woman shooting at Megan Thee Stallion?
He supposedly
that eyewitness came to court. And when he got to court, the prosecutors took him upstairs. Now, the eyewitness was the defense witness. The defense
right. It wasn't even a witness
was
at
who
first.
called the eyewitness. The prosecutors didn't want to call the eyewitness. The defense called him.
Of course not.
But when he got to court, Tory Lanez and his family watched the prosecutors take that eyewitness upstairs, and when he came back downstairs, he didn't speak to Tory Lanez, looked nobody in their eyes, went to the stand, and completely changed up his story.
When we sat outside, my wife and I, we saw this gentleman come in, and we sat down, and it was identified
we
for us.
We seen this yesterday in last video.
Kelly.
Y'all gotta really go watch. Just go to my channel and type in Tory Lanez and just watch this shit, bro. Start from the first one I reacted to, gang. Because the only reason we even talking about this is because Tory Lanez got stabbed 14 times in prison. Coincidentally, right before this new evidence was about to come out. Think that's a coincidence?
Across from us on the other side of the hallway. And as we sat there, the prosecution came out, one of their detectives or investigators rather, and one of the prosecutors, they took this gentleman, they went upstairs, I believe it was to the 14th floor at that time. By the time this man came down, the witness they did not want to call, this man came down and his testimony
completely
became so embellished with other nonsense that people who saw it just looked at it and said, this is crazy.
Imagine telling the police seconds, minutes after the incident, everything you just saw fresh on your mind. And then a year and a half later, you go to tell that same story you told the police, and the prosecutors walk you upstairs, walk you back downstairs, and your entire testimony changed. Now, all of a sudden, you seen Tory Lanez shooting.
Come on, bro.
This, to me, is the corruptness that went on. Also, by the way, the owner of the gun, the prosecutors sealed that information.
Okay.
The owner of the gun, the name of the owner, got sealed. Nobody knows.
Nobody knows that.
Tory Lanez DNA was not found on the gun. It was actually 0.01% of his DNA found. But
that means, as we seen in yesterday's video, that means that DNA could have related to 1 billion black people on Earth. That means they had evidence that 1 out of these 1 billion people DNA matches. See, if it was 99%, 97%, that means this is your DNA, bro. Like, this you, bro. If you ever seen a paper, my homie had a paper and he got some girl pregnant. The girl they had to go get DNA samples, see if it was a DNA match. He was like 97% a match. So like that's his son. You know, it's like 98.9%, 99 or some shit like that.
What that mean is that's damn near like 1 billion black people, right, share like 0.01% of DNA.
Right.
So his DNA was now found on a gun. The eyewitness is saying Kelsey shot Meg. Megan Thee Stallion is admitting, hey, listen, man, I stepped on glass the other day. I already had an open wound. The gunshots probably got fired at her by Kelsey. She probably stepped on bullet fragments that went into her foot, bruh. And also, by the way, the bullet fragments that got pulled out of her foot, those bullet fragments mysteriously went missing.
It wasn't that. I don't think it was no damn bullet fragments, bro. Because the prosecutor got a lot of shit missing. They wouldn't make the bullet fragments go missing if they pulled it out of her. They wouldn't make that go missing unless it was never none there in the fucking begin with.
They lost the evidence, and Tory Lanez still got convicted in court. To me, this is the example of being railroaded. But let me know what you think. I really want to know. All right, let me know your honest opinion about it.
Y'all heard it here. As much as I got this strength throw scrolled up in some grab, I believe y'all heard it first here, boy. Boy.